Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by GlassesUSA.com, where you can find over 9,000 different styles of name brand and in-house styles of sunglasses and sunnies. I get all of my glasses there, and GlassesUSA.com makes it super simple because you don't even have to leave your house. You can use the virtual mirror tool like I did to try on your glasses, and then the glasses are shipped right to your doorstep. Super simple, super easy. You can get a full set of glasses, including frames and prescription lenses, starting at $30. And every frame comes with a basic prescription lens. GlassesUSA.com offers a risk-free experience. If you're not happy with your glasses, you can return them within the first 2 weeks of receiving them. No questions asked, free shipping, free returns, and 100% money-back guarantee. So GlassesUSA.com sent me some frames that I chose, and I would love to hear what you think of them. What do you think about these? I quite like the square shape. They remind me of Chucky from Rugrats. And this pair, which I think are almost identical to this pair. And then finally, I'm doing my best Morpheus, right? So if you'd like to try GlassesUSA.com for yourself and get a new pair of glasses, click the link down below for a special offer. Big thanks to GlassesUSA.com for sponsoring this video and for their continued support so I can make better videos for all of you. So today I'm going to be conducting a little experiment, and I'm going to see if I can preserve eggs by dehydrating them. Now I know this can be done, but the method that I'm going to be trying today seems a little unconventional. So big thanks to Brenda for getting in touch with me via social media with this suggestion. So what I'm going to be doing is taking this dozen of eggs and drying them out. Now the method that Brenda sent me was from Epic Homesteading. I'll put a link down below to the original video. And they say to scramble the eggs first in no oil and then dehydrate them, grind it into a powder, and then you can bring them back to their egginess by adding a little bit of water and then cooking them in a pan again, which just kind of blows my mind. I did some research and I saw some other videos where people say to use raw eggs and dehydrate them in the dehydrator and then grind them up and then bring them back with water and again scramble them. So I'm curious to see A, if this works, and B, the difference between the two methods. And then C, most importantly, how will these taste? Will they feel like scrambled eggs? Will they taste like scrambled eggs? So let's go ahead and get started. Where's my egg beating bowl? I have a bowl I like to use for beating eggs, and I don't know where it went. So for this little egg experiment, I've got a dozen eggs, so I'm going to do half with the pre-cooking technique and half raw. So let's begin with the pre-cook. Crack 6 eggs in here, and we're going to beat those up. Now with our pot nice and hot, we're going to cook our eggs. And we're just going to scramble them up. There we have it, a pot of scrambled eggs. So I've got 2 baking trays. One of them is lined with a silpat and the other is with a bit of parchment. You could use either, but I only have one silpat that fits this size pan. Raw egg onto here. Similar thing with the cooked egg. So my oven has a dehydrating function and I'm going to place them in there. So the instructions say anywhere from 12 to 18 hours or until these are completely bone dry. So yeah, stay tuned. Alrighty, my lovelies, I am back with my dried eggs. The scrambled eggs dried a bit faster, about 12 hours. Nice and crispy. And these are the raw eggs. Looks like peanut brittle or something. Isn't that beautiful? So I've got a little spice grinder with a very short cord. So I really like this spice grinder. I've mentioned it before. The cup itself is washable, which I really like because then you can wash it in between grinds so that your peanut butter doesn't taste like human seeds. Pour that out. It's a beautiful golden color. Looks like cornmeal. And we'll do the same thing with the raw egg. Scrape everything up. The scrambled egg one smells more kind of eggy. This one smells lighter. Now the raw egg is more orange in color and the scrambled egg more yellow. So since I don't have specific instructions on how much powder to add to liquid, in Epic Homesteading's video they said just add water and cook as usual. I think what I'm gonna do is just add water until it feels eggy, but yeah. I don't know. So raw egg, 2 tablespoons of that. And cooked egg, 2 tablespoons of that. Equal amount of warm water. And we're gonna let these rest for about 5 minutes so that they can absorb the water and rehydrate. Alrighty, my lovelies, it has been 5 minutes and I added 2 more tablespoons of water for a total of 4 tablespoons of water to 2 tablespoons of powder, previously scrambled eggs, and these are the fresh eggs. And I'm adding the tiniest little bit of butter. These eggs were never seasoned, so I am going to add a pinch of salt to each batch as well. Butter is melted. Now this is the reconstituted raw egg. Oh my gosh, look at that. It is scrambling up just like a regular egg. Wild. Look at that. Scrambled eggs. Transfer those to a bowl. Look at that. This one definitely looks grainier than the other egg, and it doesn't look to be coagulating into scrambled eggs as quickly as the other. This one just seems to kind of be drying out. That's the scrambled eggs that were dehydrated and rehydrated and scrambled again. Alrighty, my lovelies, let's give our eggs a taste. Here are the raw ones, here are the scrambled eggs, and they look very different. These ones look to me more like scrambled eggs, and these were made with the dried raw, and these are the ones that were reconstituted cooked scrambled eggs. These are the eggs that were made from the reconstituted raw eggs. Itadakimasu. Tastes like a scrambled egg, but I would say the flavor tastes more concentrated. It's more of an eggy egg. And the texture, while bouncy and very familiar, is slightly firmer than scrambled eggs I normally have. But not unpleasant, and I would say pretty good, considering that these were dried out for 18 hours and then reconstituted. Not bad. Now, let's try the scrambled eggs that were cooked beforehand and then dried out and cooked again. That's what these look like. Here we go. Oh no. No, those do not have a familiar scrambled egg texture at all. Very grainy. Strange. Bouncy, a little bit chewy, and very crumbly and dry. They don't even taste like the eggs that you get in a cup ramen, you know, those dehydrated little egg foamy things. Not even like those. I think what's really strange about this is the texture. It's simultaneously rubbery and crumbly. It's like you took an eraser and ground it all up and made it taste like eggs. The flavor's not bad. It tastes definitely of eggs, just not like scrambled eggs. Yeah, this one does not work for me. As a method for preserving eggs though, this does require some energy and some time. It took a full 17-18 hours for the raw eggs to be converted into this dried state, and then we had to pulverize it into this powder. Very portable though, very light, great again for backpacking, but in terms of time efficiency, I think water glassing or soaking your fresh eggs in a lime water solution is probably the best egg preservation technique that I've used so far. Alrighty, my lovelies, thanks so much for watching, and big thanks to GlassesUSA.com for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to get yourself a new pair of glasses, please click the link down below for a special offer. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. I certainly did. Like this video, subscribe, check out my website, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo. Take care. Bye. How will I know if he really loves me? I say a prayer with every heartbeat. I fall in love whenever we meet.